execution so far.
And you know, it's an all-out effort they've come in with. Very aggressive offense so far.
And for a look at how the competition stacks up right now, here's the latest edition of the Power Rankings. They tell a great story. You look at the Knicks. They've climbed all the way up to the second spot.
And right now for the Magic, they've blown away the so-called experts' opinions. People who didn't realize how high their ceiling really was.
And, you know, even though that shot didn't go down, I like how they got him a wide-open look in space there.
When you look at the NBA, Shams, any changes you'd like to see?
To me, it's having players stay healthy, right? I would love to have a rule that players just play and the top players are there playing the most meaningful moments of regular season games and allowing players to have freedom defensively. And the league can find plenty of other ways to discourage players, but to allow players to really be there in the big moments, to defend at a high level. And I would just love to have a healthy serum that we can spread around the league and keep these guys.
I think here at the table, we're all nodding our heads, looking up and down. We all agree completely with what you're saying. And finished off by Wagner.
Excellent all-around performance so far, hence the big lead.
Yeah, you know, they've had the advantage at both ends. They've got all the momentum early on.
Burks looking around. Lets it go with the three. And again, Miami with the triple.
And they don't want to get in a habit of giving him open looks from three. First quarter still, but not who you want to leave open.
Kept alive. Second shot opportunity. And he lays it up and in. Bitadze's got his second bucket of the game to go.
And their offense already in a flow. Some stellar shooting to jump out to this game.
Quality looks they're getting, and they're capitalizing on them, guys. They have to be happy with this start offensively. You know, he looks a little off-kilter to me this quarter, still trying to find his rhythm.
Hey, Shams, no one is keyed on the league like you. Is there an under-the-radar trend that you're seeing around the NBA, or the next thing that you're anticipating may happen with the way the league will sway one way or the other?
Talking to executives around the league, it's clear that length has been very important, but having players that do multiple things and are versatile, that is of the utmost importance right now. We saw what happened with the Celtics winning a championship this year. I think that certainly is going to have an impact on how teams are going to build moving forward. Like the Celtics, you want to have players, 3 to 5 players that are playing heavy minutes for you, that are doing everything out there on the floor, not just one particular move.
Back to Suggs. 54 seconds left to play in the first. Drills it from outside.
Yeah, they broke up this lead 3 points at a time.
And I like the strategy. It's a great strategy. Bury those threes early, and it'll open up the inside for him later on.
Well, he wanted to return favor there for that last three, but it just wasn't in the cards. Taking matters into his own hands.
Yeah, we didn't expect to see that kind of finish.
And you know, guys, when your point guard is making explosive plays at the rim, I really do think it sets the tone for the rest of the team.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk.
Guys, I tell you, there are assists, and then there are delicious dimes. This was the last.
Just playing with poise and confidence, and they continue to put points on the board.
Well, I like the way they're playing. A very smart first half. Quality shots, not wasting possession.
Shot from free throw range. Made that one only his 4th of this game after firing 10 times from the floor.
And really the scoring this quarter has been just off the charts, doing all he can to bring them back.
Here's Easy Breezy. Gets it off. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Ringing the bell. That's the way to close the quarter.
Talk about lifting up a team and energizing them at the end of a quarter. A 3 at the buzzer, that'll do it.
And so it's Orlando With a 21-point lead to end the quarter. The scoring has been tremendous, and they are shooting lights out with very high accuracy. And we'll be right back after this. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And some stats here, guys. The scoring breakdown for the Magic.
We've got a bunch of this game yet to be played, but they're shooting it well from the three-point line. That's got to be a welcome sight.
In addition to that, they've thrown their weight around inside tonight, too, thumping and bumping in the paint. A lot of their points have come from inside.
Wendell Carter is out there with Clark. Then there's Wagner. Then there's Cole Anthony. And it's easy breezy in at the shooting guard position. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. With a short break in the action gives us a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Easy breezy in the last game against the Celtics was outstanding. He had 27 points and did his job on defense with an impressive number.
Substitution on the court.
Here's Easy Breezy. Crane's the three-pointer. Easy Breezy's got 5 points now in the quarter.
And this is the game plan for him. He's a big part of their floor spacing.
And you know what? It's all about the long-distance game for him tonight. He's getting it done from out there.
The edge on the glass is the difference. It's allowed them to build this lead.
And really a reflection of their superior effort level to this point. It seems to me they've gone after this win a little bit more.
And it's Wagner with the rebound. Wagner's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. And Shams, what an absolute delight it has been having you courtside with all of us tonight. Thank you so much for taking time to join us. It has been a true pleasure.
Thanks so much for the invite. I can't wait to do it again sometime. I'm honored. I'm privileged.
Oh, we are going to hold you to that. Thank you again. Oh, wasn't that wonderful? Easy to see why Shams has so many sources around the game. He's so easy to talk to.
Yeah, it's all about relationships at the end of the day. When the conversations come easily, that suits his purpose as a reporter. Their 3rd three-pointer in a row.
Adjustment time for these guys. The defense has to make some adjustment here.
Burks the best aware. Back to Burks. 40 seconds left to play in the first half. 5 on the clock. Hero with it. Now defended by Easy Breezy. Miami no good on that time either.
And even without that 3-ball dropping for him, the defense should have done more on that last play.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Almost no holes in their performance tonight. They've been tremendous.
Oh, nice ball movement. Hero's an underrated passer, makes great decisions.
Here's Bitadze. Makes it off the glass. Bitadze's got 6. A steal. Here's Easy Breezy. He gets it up. No good on the last second attempt there. And so it's the Orlando Magic going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. They've got a big advantage in the turnover stats because of their intense defense. We'll get you back to the action after the... break. And And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You know, Easy Breezy has been exceptional here, guys.
Yeah, he's just been raining down on them from deep here. Talk about dialed in.
Well, you know, the stroke looks fantastic. Even when he's had a hand in his face, it hasn't affected him at all.
So with Wiggins sitting on the bench, this is who Eric Spoelstra has on the floor. Alec Burks is out there with Hero. Then it's Bam Adebayo. Then there's Jaime Jaquez. And it's Ware in at the center. Greg, you've been a part of some great contending teams over the years, but what's it like being on a team at the bottom of the standings with not a lot of hope for the regular season?
Well, Kevin, no one likes losing, but it can certainly take a toll. But it can also allow you to play more freely when you know you're bad and you're not having to deal with the pressure of expectations.
On defense, Orlando. A shot by Burks. Nobody around. Finds himself wide open and drills it. Burks has got 7 points in the game. Pass to Easy Breezy. Fires for three. And another one falls. Amazing.
My goodness. 50 for the game.
Yep, he is putting on a show. Ripped away. At the top of the key, Suggs. Finish off the break. Suggs has got his second basket of the night.
Everything going to plan here to start the third. 80% shooting thus far.
Here's Easy Breezy. Knocks it loose.
Well, they'll be happy with that look, even though it didn't fall.
You know what? That's a confidence shaker for him, though. I mean, that's a shot he expects to make every time.
And up the court come the Magic on the break. 17-foot shot on the way. And it goes down 2 points. Easy Breezy's got 52 points. And Eric Spoelstra, the head coach of the Miami Heat, receiving a record 8-year, $120 million extension. Greg, that's some big dough.
Is it ever? And remains coaching for the only NBA franchise he's ever worked for. Already one of the most tenured head coaches in the association, and that figures to continue for a while.
Wagner on the wing. To the middle. Here's Easy Breezy. Well-timed pass, and he goes straight to the bucket for the layup. 54 points for Easy Breezy. Right now, let's send it over to the sidelines and get a report from David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you. Paolo Banchero is not skipping steps. The Magic superstar says it's not anything in life, it's a process. Having that perspective just makes you want to work every day, because this is the best league in the world. If you become impatient, you're going to drive yourself crazy. It's a cliche, Kevin, but you just keep pounding away. Back to you.
Well said, David. Dedication to the craft. EA, thanks.
Boy,
I don't get my main PlayStation account till 1.
All right.
Got it firing on all cylinders.
And, you know, the lead just keeps growing. I mean, this game is not going to get out of their grip. They're going to keep pulling away.
Outside, Hero. The Heat rebound. Ware passes to Jaquez. Burks in the corner to halt the run. And again, it's the Heat missing.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
You know, guys, no denying it's been a rough patch here. I think they've got to run whatever is best in their playbook to get a good shot.
And there's the call on Easy Breezy. That's his first foul. Brandon Clark, he's checked in for the Magic. Then for the Heat, Nikola Jovic is checked in for Adebayo. And it's Smith. Burks. Here's Jovic. 6 points for him. Mitchell wide open. Miami no good on that time either.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
Yeah, rebounding has been a big key in this one. They've asserted their will and have taken control on the glass.
Passes it to Ware. Mitchell right side. And a miss there on the triple.
And even with good coverage defensively that time, he has confidence to drill the three.
Miami's gone 0 of 2 from deep to start things here in the second half. Hero with it. Picked up by Suggs. Jaquez outside. Off the mark, and the drought continues. Orlando's gone into the three-point range 4 times since halftime and buried 2 of them. Clark, the pass to Easy Breezy. And another one falls.
Do you still
And
took to
this
cut
game
down?
has his name written all over it.
Greg, he's been phenomenal in offensive onslaught.
2 minutes remaining in the third. 2 minutes.
Ware
No
kicks
one.
to Mitchell. And they come right back with their own three-pointer.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
A little back and forth from long range. I love it. That's a terrific answer there.
No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare.
I was in the
this
party
game.
with him, he kicked me. What's up?
Eating up anybody
James.
they've thrown at it.
Lets it go from 14. Hero, no good.
And the well is running dry for him right now. Nothing falling.
And, you know, you can sense his frustration. This is going to be a test of his resolve here.
The pass to Mitchell. And the rejection by Clark.
Well, this is where measurements don't tell the whole story. Clark is a tremendous shot blocker despite having an average wingspan.
Boy, he has to put that one away. A solid opportunity gone awry.
Hits it again. Wow. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
How are you doing,
And here are
friend?
the Heat now. And after this game wraps up, they're off to Atlanta where they'll take on the Hawks. That matchup falls in the middle game of this 3-game trip.
And a hard finish there, guys.
And only one hand needed for that one.
Sometimes that's all you need.
Pass to Easy Breezy. Fires away from way outside. Knocks down the 3-ball.
And they're getting their points now almost exclusively from the triple. 4 of their last 5 makes are from beyond the arc.
It's hard for me to watch this. I mean, the defense practically giving them those shots.
Mitchell.
Okay, 2 hands for safety. That's what they say, right?
That's right. He was ultra safe with that dunk, no question.
And he should be. I mean, remove all doubt. Get it down, hard, and simple.
It's been this way since halftime. Tremendous production from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been a 3-point barrage. They came out gunning and have not stopped.
Here's Easy Breezy, covered by Mitchell. Here's Easy Breezy. Oh, and he nails it just in time.
1 eye on the rim, 1 on the clock. What a play.
An ideal way to end the quarter with momentum on your side.
And so it's Orlando, enjoying the kind of gigantic lead you almost never see. They've been playing some ferocious defense. Back to the action in just a minute. And let's take this chance now to show you the State Farm assist of the game.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
It sure is. I mean, he's a maestro. Great vision, terrific IQ, everything you want in a point guard.
For the Magic, Carter, he's checked in for Clark. Black comes in for Wagner. And Easy Breezy subbed in for Cole Anthony. Jacks up a 3. Andrew Wiggins grabs the board. And so it's Wiggins with it. He'll bring it up for the Heat.
And right from the get-go, they stood out as the better team. Their hunger to dominate and play for each other was outstanding
for the match.
Their shot blocking turned out to give them a big advantage in this game.
Yeah, excellent defense around the rim there, Kevin. That they were disciplined and focused.
And so checking out their record tonight, it'll mark win number 32 overall.
And this will be their third win in 3 tries against these guys. They match up so well.
They really do. I mean, there's one more game to play in this season series, and barring any major changes to their team, I'd have to believe the sweep will be in order.
And you know, looking back at all the contributions tonight, it was a really phenomenal all-around game for Easy Breezy.
An unbelievable scoring performance. He absolutely took over and never let up.
A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. Black is out there with Easy Breezy, and it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3 spot. That's who's out there for Orlando. Shots good by Hero.
And savvy play by Hero, using the pull-up jumper to catch the defense off guard.
Pass to Caldwell Pope. Magic moving the ball around. Good! Another from 3.
He has been on the money from deep.
Yep, definitely looking to shoot it as much as possible. 6 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. Hero can't get that one to fall. Here's Easy Breezy. Again, the Magic score.
And credit the whole team. It was a focused, concerted effort to put this one away.
Yeah, what a time to put the hammer down. Any hope of a comeback diminished.
Easy Breezy, that's good.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
And I think they can start that celebration right now. I mean, what a terrific team victory.
And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This game may not have been the most exciting we've ever seen, but you have to appreciate just what a clinical performance they put on.
I know their fans appreciated it, and we saw at times just stretches of excellent defense. Potency from an offensive standpoint as well. They were pretty much dominant.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast.
motel on the way here. Since I won't have my parents staying in some motel, you can sleep here. It's a bush off. Believe it or not, someone was actually going to throw that away. You know, my bag. Cal, let him do this. All right, we'll stay. Great. You know, I'm really glad you guys came up here for my celebration.
Speaking of which,
Kiana, it's fine. Really, Mom, I have a hand. Besides, we're not just celebrating my sobriety. We're also celebrating.
And a look at the Knicks earlier. Check out the focus as they get off the bus. Now, New York starting five. Jalen Brunson is out there with Mikal Bridges. Then it's Karl Anthony Towns. Then it's Josh Hart. And it's Anunoby in at the small forward position. And for the Magic, Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. Then there's Jalen Suggs. Then it's Goga Batadze, and it's Easy Breezy in at the shooting guard. Well, at this point of the season, the identity and merit of each team is becoming more and more clear, Grant.
Oh, yes, indeed. I mean, we have a good understanding of who the real contenders are. But there always seems to be a dark horse team that makes a push in the second half of the season. Anything can happen.
Inside, it's stolen by Hart. For three, Bridges. It's hauled in by the Magic. Here's Easy Breezy. In the game against Miami, very impressive.
Oh, such a nice touch on that turnaround jumper. That was smooth.
And here's New York now. It's a 5-point game. Last time they met was in New York.
If they want to beat these guys this time, they have to do better on the glass. That was their undoing.
Well, you have to believe the coaching staff made that a point of emphasis. Better aggressiveness, better intensity on the backboards.
A moment to hear from Allie LaForce.
Jamal Mosley gave me a few minutes to catch up with him. And it's no surprise that Jalen Brunson is at the top of the scouting report. Coach told me Jason is a 3-level scorer and a master of the pick and roll. And no matter what you do, you can't speed him up. He's going to read the defense, play at his pace, and try to pick you apart. It's always a chess match against Brunson, guys.
Okay, thank you, Allie.
And this is something this guy takes pride in, capitalizing on second chance opportunities.
Here's Towns to halt the run. And count that. 2 points and a chance for one more at the line.
They needed that. Just 1 for 5 to start this ball game.
Offensively, Karl Anthony Towns is one of the most well-rounded big men in the league, Grant.
Yeah, maybe in league history, B.A. He's an elite three-point shooter, post scorer, and his passing is severely underrated.
Doris, you look at the shooting of Karl Anthony Towns, a 7-footer. He's as good as it gets.
He is, B.A. He has been verging on the 50, 40, 90 efficiency-type numbers in recent years. He is right there with Dirk Nowitzki when you talk about the sweetest shooting big men of all time.
Wagner outside. Pass to Easy Breezy. Let's go with a 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
When you let a team knock down that many threes, you know you're likely to be on the wrong side of a run.
Here's Brunson. Easy Breezy with a rebound. Orlando has gone 3 for 5 from deep so far in this matchup. Takes the 3 and count it. Now 5 for 7.
Man, they're having a hard time defending the triple. That's 3 in a row.
And Brunson's got the ball here for the Knicks. Trailing by 13. Coming into this, having notched a win against San Antonio in their last game.
Yeah, and that one came down to their rebounding. There was a big gap between the two teams there.
That was a coach's dream, to get that kind of effort and intensity on the glass, and for it to pay those kinds of dividends, critical.
Here's Batadze, averaging around 5 points a game.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Knicks trail by 12. Just under 3.5 minutes elapsed here in the first quarter. Bridges outside. No good on the triple.
And the defense got away with one there. I mean, that's the shot he typically makes.
Here's Easy Breezy. And another 3 for Orlando.
They're getting torched on the perimeter. 4 of the last 5 buckets have been threes.
Brunson passes to Towns.
Kicks it out to Anunoby. The three is up. Rebound by the Magic. They're coming off that win against the Heat.
And that night, they did a great job of executing their plays and creating mismatches.
Well, it was certainly a game that their analytics people had to love breaking down. I thought they exposed every weakness in the defense.
Knocks it loose. Here's Easy Breezy. It's hauled in by Jalen Brunson. Knicks trail by 17. Outside Hart. Pass to Towns. To stop the run, and they pick up 2. Towns has got 5 now.
I'll tell you what, it's hard to stop Karl Anthony Towns when he's looking to score. He's got every trick at his arsenal.
Orlando calls timeout. All right, on the line, we've got our insider, Shams Charania. What do you have for us, Shams?
Thanks, guys. The Knicks went...
And New York has possession. On the court right now for the Knicks. Josh Hart is out there with Karl Anthony Towns. Then there's Miles McBride. Then there's Jalen Brunson. And it's Bassey in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. And it's out of bounds. The Knicks able to retain possession here. Here's Brunson. 43 points last game out. He drops it from range.
That's business right there. Jalen Brunson, the catch, shoot, and on to the next play.
Here's Easy Breezy. Pure. That's basket number 9 on 12 tries.
Boy, the bucket's been 5 feet wide for him. He's dropping everything in.
Throws it up high.
Boy, this young man has got some hops. Jalen Suggs goes and gets it.
And New York shooting just 21% from the floor. Outside Brunson. Poke loose. Towns with the ball. Now guarded by Isaac. Here's Brunson. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Bitadze's got 4 rebounds now.
They've had a slight leg up on the boards and a big leg up on the scoreboard.
Easy Breezy shot is good.
Even with all the threes he nailed in the first quarter, the defense still hasn't made the proper adjustments.
Outside Hart. To the middle. Here's Bassey. And down it goes. Dumped it through off a beautiful setup.
Well, Josh Hart, the very definition of unselfish. How about keeping his eyes up and finding his teammate?
And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, guys. Well, Easy Breezy in their last game against the Heat had a huge game. He dropped an amazing number of points, and at the other end of the floor, he's a thief. He just went out there and played his game, absolutely owning the opposition in the process. Back to you guys.
Yeah, he was unstoppable during certain stretches. It'd be great to see him top that performance tonight.
Well, his team needs him to contribute. When he's on his A game, he just makes play after play.
Well, when you're coming off a game like he had, you know the difference tonight. They're going to load up against him. They're going to try to take him out of his rhythm early. Boy, he's been unconscious this quarter. I love the confidence he's playing with.
The Knicks have gotten 2 of 5 shots to fall this second quarter. Brunson passes to Bassey. Here's Easy Breezy. Flushes it down to finish the break.
As of this moment, they look absolutely unstoppable.
Boy, it looks like their confidence is at an all-time high, just feeding off each other right now.
Yet another steal from him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end. You gotta love it.
Now, this is a guy putting his physical gifts to work. Jalen Suggs, no doubt on the dunk.
It's tipped. And the foul is called. He missed it, so he's got a couple of free throws coming his way. What a fantastic second year for Paolo Banchero, Grant. A bona fide all-star in Orlando.
Yeah, only their second all-star over the last decade. Paolo was incredible during the playoffs, averaging 27, 9, and 4. That playoff experience is big for him going forward.
Orlando making a switch here. Banchero's checked in, and that one's good for Brunson.
Yeah, don't be fooled by the height, guys. Brunson is a terrific finisher inside.
Pass to Wagner, shoots over Hart, and Wagner gets it to go. Wagner's gotten his first first basket of the night.
That's been typical of their performance today. They're sharing the ball and creating good shots.
Here's Brunson. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Boy, this guy has been terrific. The rest of the team, however, struggling.
To the paint. Here's Easy Breezy. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
And taking a look at this first half, they've just shown better shot selection.
And I think, obviously, we see the execution and the willingness to make the next pass so important.
Here's Easy Breezy. And it's New York with a rebound.
And it didn't fall, but still a great look.
You know, it can be frustrating when you make the right play and fail to reap the rewards. You just have to stay with it here.
And it's Brunson missing.
Boy, a wide open shot from his favorite spot. That is one he'd like to have back.
Here's Easy Breezy. And Orlando again with the bucket.
Well, you love his effort level, right? Particularly when it's winning time. He is going for the finish.
Pass to Bassey. Towns with the ball. To the inside. Bassey can't get it to go.
Well, defensively, if you allow him to get this close, you're playing with fire. He just happened to miss that one.
Easy Breezy. Puts up a three. Drains the triple. Easy Breezy's got 37.
Ooh, this guy is as hot as they come from distance. Defensively, you almost have to pick him up once he crosses half court.
And he gets the bucket. And breaking down some numbers here, the hustle stats for the Magic.
Well, their hands resulting in plenty of steals in the early going, keeping the opposition there off balance.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace. Sometimes a player is born with a passer's mindset. He deals it with conviction.
He just rises up and throws it down hard with one hand.
That is such a go-to move for him. He holds nothing back on those. Here's Brunson. Easy Breezy with a rebound. Orlando has gone 2 of 3 from beyond the arc so far in the second. And he hits the jumper. Easy Breezy's got 43 points.
Well, they're winning largely because of this guy's play. He has been sensational.
Here's Brunson. It's rebounded by Batadze. Batadze's got 6 rebounds in the game.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass.
Easy Breezy misses. New York has gone 1 of 2 from deep in the second quarter. Pass to Brunson. Towns outside. Now McBride, 6 to shoot. New York needs to get one up quick. The timer ticks. New York, no good that time either.
Listen, that's a shot he can make, but obviously the defense okay letting him shoot it.
Here's Easy Breezy. And another 3 for Orlando.
I'll tell you, the consistency of a good first quarter leads to an excellent second quarter. Riding the wave.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. Orlando ahead, running away with this one. And we'll be right back after halftime for the start of the third quarter. See you in just a bit. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. All right, Doris, you think this heliocentric style of play can lead to championship success?
Brian, this is such a big-time question, and I think a difficult one to answer. By heliocentric, we mean that the best player on your team is making up a greater percentage of the usage, meaning the ball is in their hands more. What that has led to are some of the most efficient offenses in the history of the game. But does it lead to championships? That is the answer to the question.
Wagner and Banchero, the talented forward pair. Then it's Goga Batadze. Then there's Jalen Suggs. And it's easy breezy in at the 2. That's who's out there for Orlando.
Making plays at both ends of the floor, and it shows up in the box score.
Well, what I love is the energy they're bringing right now. They're ignoring the scoreboard and playing hard.
Anunoby finds Brunson.
Orlando foul. Number 99. First personal foul. First team foul.
Towns passes to Brunson. Back to Towns. Fires the 3. Orlando with the rebound. Batadze's got his 7th rebound of the game with that last one.
And they're up considerably because of their efforts on the glass.
And keeping us updated from the sideline, Allie LaForce.
Thanks, Brian. The Knicks, one of the top defensive teams in the league, and it starts in the paint. Coach Tom Thibodeau said, quote, "We've prided ourselves on having a tight shell. We've got great rim protection, guys who take charges, and we're aggressive on the ball. Guys, great defense has always been Tim's MO."
And nothing has changed now. Thanks, Allie. Doris, how about the emergence of Jalen Brunson? The Knicks got him as a free agent.
BA, it's incredible because the Knicks, when they signed him back in the summer of 2022, many voices were out there saying it's an overpay, you paid Jalen too much. Well, guess what? All NBA performer, and that contract looks like a bargain.
And what's working here? Each guy is willing to make the next pass.
Here's Bridges. Deflected.
Get that out of here. Jalen Suggs, send it back, young sir. Boy, yet another missed opportunity here. Whatever they've talked about at halftime, it's not working.
Their offense has been unstoppable, just firing on all cylinders.
And at this point, it is their game to lose. They've done such a good job building the lead. After an ugly 0 for 4 to start the half, they get one to fall.
And so it's Suggs. He brings it up for Orlando. Since the second half started, they've only given up 3 points.
Love the pass from Suggs. Boy, his court awareness is really impressive.
It's Bridges on the wing. No one near him. Basket is good. Off the assist from Brunson. Bridges has got his first basket.
He just brings a great feel for the game at the offensive end.
Pass to Easy Breezy. Launches it. Back to Suggs. Launches a 3. And yes, another basket. That's 62 points. 62.
Amazing. A remarkable performance from him so far.
And the Magic pushing it up now. And the bucket counts. And he is on his way to the line. He'll try to make it a 3-point play. On the night, he's 2 for 2 at the stripe. The Magic making a switch here. Isaac's checked in.
Despite his young age, we know Jalen Suggs has proven to be a tremendous leader.
Having another steal.
He's making history. Tied for 3rd most steals in a single game.
Just incredible tenacity. He continues to hound the ball.
And just totally relentless, only increasing the intensity level.
One thing I enjoy is watching players who don't pay attention to the score. You lock in on the moment and play the right way.
A shot to stop the run. Orlando grabs the miss.
Almost too wide open there. That's like a warm-up jumper for him.
Yeah, you're seeing Isaac mature as an offensive player. Finding your open teammate, such a critical skill.
Now here's Brunson. Defense is right there. Comes up empty down low.
It's obvious they're becoming frustrated. Nothing seems to be going their way.
It's just been one of those games, and they need to find a way to turn it around before it gets completely away from them. You know, they continue to feed him the ball, and he keeps delivering. The leading scorer in this one.
And here's Brunson from the arc. Oh, he missed the dunk. He had a flat tire there, I guess. Doris, how about the evolution of Jalen Brunson's career from role player to star player?
Yeah, B.A., he begins his career as a backup point guard to the great Luka Doncic. But when given an opportunity to thrive without Luka in the playoffs, he did just that. Then he gets his own team and takes his game to an MVP level. Incredible evolution.
Here's Banchero. Hart pulls it in. New York has gone 1 of 4 here in the third from range. Back to Brunson. There's the triple. Brunson missing again.
This guy has not been a factor at all in this quarter, and it has hurt the team.
This one for 3. Another one falls. Amazing. 71 points and no end in sight.
He's in the zone. The defense looks helpless.
A shot from the high post. It's rebounded by Banchero. The Magic shooting 74%. Just an unbelievable offensive display here. Fires the 3. Connects again from distance.
All season long, he's been devastating from beyond the arc.
Boy, it's been nothing short of amazing for him as he edges closer to third most three-pointers in a single season.
I'll tell you, it's been a struggle for him in this period, and they're struggling as a result.
The 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And the defense is really allowing them too much room on the perimeter.
They need something good to happen here.
Yeah, they've gone way too long without a score.
Anunoby finds Brunson. Can they get it? Brunson missing again.
I know he's got to be frustrated right now, but the team is fighting from behind. He's got to stay with it.
Here's Easy Breezy. And got it! Another basket! Oh, and there's 80 points.
Oh, wow. Just wow. This guy is on another level.
Outside Brunson. Lets the 3 fly. Brunson missing again.
Well, he tries to enter with a 3 of his own and can't do it. You can't get caught up in the one-on-one aspect.
Good! Another from 3.
And his incredible shooting season continues.
Up the charts he climbs. Now tied for third all-time for threes in a season. Absolutely amazing. So it's Orlando making this game a no contest. They poured it on early, and they've never let up. Their efficiency has been off the charts. They're running their sets well with patience and purpose. Back after this. And we take a listen in now to Tom Thibodeau on a recent huddle.
You guys got to read the ball better. Stay in your stance.
A group substitution here for New York. Mitchell Robinson, he's checked in for Bassey. Karl Anthony Towns comes in for Shamet. Bridges, he's checked in for McBride. And it's Jalen Brunson in for Wright. And that one misses. And Doris, you talk about the bounciest big men in the association. Mitchell Robinson's on the short list.
Come on now, this guy is a game changer as a lob threat and rim protector.
And again for 3.
The threes just don't stop with him. He's been a machine from beyond the arc ever since the start of the season.
He continues to shoot his way up the history books and now sits solely by himself for third most made threes in a season.
That was just an awful decision. I mean, you have to keep the clock moving. There's no reason to foul there.
The one challenge Mitchell Robinson has had through the early portion of his career is a little bit of foul trouble. Nice to see him get to the line for a little bit of payback. One thing we know about him, he's got to stay on the floor to be effective.
Got to give them respect. They're doing everything they can to close this out.
Well, just terrific teamwork. Each guy doing his part. You love what you're seeing from them tonight.
So it's the Magic winning this one easily, showing that they're the far superior team. They win it going away.
I'll tell you what, give it up for their fans. They love to watch this team dominate. You best believe they're all going home happy tonight.
And that about wraps it up. For Doris Burke, Allie LaForce, and Grant Hill, and all of our crew, this is Brian Anderson thanking you for watching this 2K Sports presentation of the NBA. We'll see you next time.
The Magic on their way to the locker room earlier tonight. Defending their home court means a lot to this team. Welcome and happy holidays from 2K Sports. It's time for NBA action. So the Nets starting five. Russell is out there with DeAnthony Melton. Then it's Sharp. Then it's Thomas. And it's Clowney in at the power forward position. And for Orlando, Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. Easy breezy out there with Jalen Suggs. And it's Bitadze in at the five. Here in this stage of the season, Greg, what can struggling teams do to better themselves?
You mean besides make a big trade move? I mean, I think about lineups and schemes. You have to look at what you can control and really establish your identity.
Clowney, good.
And the first of many to come. Explosive offensive talent on both sides.
And if everything goes to plan, this could be a very fun matchup to watch.
Here's easy breezy. Nailed from three-point land.
And And that's exactly what he's looking for, draining the triple.
Easy breezy's gone 1 of 2, shooting from 3. Melton, the bounce pass. And they double up Russell. Can't hit from in close. Orlando's gone 1 of 2 from long range in the first quarter. Here's Easy Breezy, and they cash in right away with a quick shot. Easy Breezy's got 5 points so far. And just over a minute played here in the start of the game. And they double up Russell. Melton kicks to Thomas. His 3-pointers off the mark. Magic have gone 2 of 3 here to start up the game. Easy Breezy passes to Wagner. From past the arc. And again, it's Orlando with a 3.
And you can see he's got a little bounce in his step. 3 out of 4 to start.
The Nets have gone 1 of 3 from the field to start this one so far. And you look at the career of D'Angelo Russell. I mean, he's played for several teams, including the Lakers twice.
Teams keep trading for D'Lo for his offense. He can be electric. There is a reason why he's been named an all-star in his career.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one. The first one falls. And joining us now by phone is insider Shams Charania with some news. Shams, give it to us.
Hey guys, well the Magic were one of last season's most improved teams, and with the addition this summer of Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, they've addressed an area of real need. A player who can space the floor, add to their already stout defense, and has championship pedigree. They're going to continue to rise in this league, guys.
Absolutely. Thank you very much for the report there, Shams. Most appreciated. Here's Melton. Following the bucket by Orlando. There's Russell with the 3. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. He has 5.
And we know Russell can shoot it. It's what he's out there to do.
Passes it to Easy Breezy. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Puts the D in a tough spot when you have a point guard who can throw it down.
He really does, GA. He really does put pressure on you.
Yeah, hard to strategize for a guy who can make a pass or a play like this right in your face.
Here's Russell with the 3. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Magic leading by 5. Down low and stolen by Sharp. And it takes that one up and powers it through.
And that's such good work to make this a one-possession game. Terrific steal to get it all started.
That is ferocious. You said it. That was ferocious. Here's Melton. He provides a good amount of offense for the team, averaging around 11.5 points a game. The 3. Rebound by the Magic. They are coming into this having notched a win against the Knicks in their last game.
They shot the lights out from deep. Really stretched out the defense in that one.
Tough to keep the consistency from deep, but they did it last time.
They've wasted no time settling into their offense.
Outside Thomas. First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. And the Magic with possession. They're on a 16-7 run. Wagner passes to Easy Breezy. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
When you find yourself up double digits in the first quarter, you know you're doing something right.
They were ready to roll right through the tip. There was no warm-up period. There was only, let's do this.
And this quarter, he has clearly been off the mark.
The layup missed. Nets trail by 10. And here's Russell. He had an 18-point outing in their last game against San Antonio.
He was a menace on defense as well, managing 3 steals.
Now, here's Suggs. After D'Angelo Russell's miss.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
And the Nets decide to take their first time out here. They could... And the Nets with possession here. Trailing by 17. When this game is done, they'll be off to take on the Raptors. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Wagner and Banchero are the forwards. Easy breezy out there with Suggs. And it's Bitadze in at the 5 spot. That's the group starting the second quarter for the Magic. And he's good on the 3-ball.
He's found his rhythm from deep, and you can see the confidence.
And, of course, it helps space the floor, which gives this offense more room to operate.
Now here's Thomas. No scoring in this one. Here's Clowney. Trying to answer back, but that 3 is off the mark. Magic leading by 20. Pass to Suggs. Lays it up and banks it in.
Well-rounded effort, and they show no signs of letting up.
Yeah, not just an impressive showing on offense, but on defense as well, executing their game plan perfectly.
Now, here is Russell. 5 points in the game. Melton, no good.
Those are chances almost always you can rely on him to get you 2 points, but the D, just enough to keep him out of rhythm.
Easy breezy. Good for his 9th make and just 12 shots. That's an even 75% shooting.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
And Russell gets it to go.
Ooh, the crafty lefty. Russell smart around that hoop.
Pass to Banchero. Here's easy breezy, and again it's Orlando with the 3.
The assist totals, Kevin, just continue to grow. They're way ahead in that category. Ball movement has been flawless.
And it's Russell missing.
Nothing just seems to be bouncing his way today. Mama said there'd be days like this. They have missed his production.
And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line. RJ, so often with rookies, we want to judge them after half the season. We're not very patient with it. How long should we give players to prove themselves in the NBA?
Well, there's a different type of prove yourself. If you're talking about a rookie, I was taught after about game 60, you're no longer a rookie because you played every team, you understand the defensive concept, you might be a little fatigued, but after that, you're no longer a rookie. But to judge them, if they can play in this league, it can take a couple of years.
Here's Russell after the made shot from easy breezy. And the pass to Thomas. And the Nets miss again. And it's the Magic's ball. This run now up to 13-2. Wagner passes to easy breezy. Shoots the 3. And again, it's the Magic from deep.
And having a whale of a game from three-point range. Cranked 3 of them in that first quarter and has added 3 more here in the second.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Hi, guys. Easy breezy in the last game against New York was outstanding. He scored an incredible number of points, and as his team has come to expect, he was a major factor from deep. Performance like that makes you hungry for more. Looking to follow that up tonight, guys.
Thanks, David. Yeah, it was a special night for him. The team really fed off his energy.
Yeah, the catalyst for that win, it was an effort that I'm sure he's hoping to replicate tonight.
And it's very likely that he and his guys can carry that momentum into this one.
And the Nets making a change here. Claxton's checked in. GA, when you look at the development of Franz Wagner, what now is the next step for him?
Kevin, for me, it's the three-point shooting, specifically becoming more efficient out there. And I also think he's going to have to become a better passer, ball mover. I got total confidence he'll get there because the rest of his game is complete.
Easy breezy, no good. And here's Melton. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. Outside for Thomas. Clowney, the second chance points on the tip-in. Clowney's got his second basket.
And that's a pure hustle play, getting to the offensive glass for the tip-in.
And that's the kind of quality you see in any strong offensive rebounder, isn't it?
And guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
Russell passes to Claxton. Back to Russell. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Wagner outside. Over Claxton. And it's Orlando with another.
And every year it seems Wagner gains more confidence, and it's starting to show on shots like that.
Russell passes to Claxton. Back to Russell. Rebound by Paolo Banchero. Banchero's got his 4th rebound in this one. Passes it to Easy Breezy. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Keep riding that hot hand. He's been pretty much unstoppable.
Outside, Russell. Here's Claxton, and it's blocked. Suggs looking around. He gets it in there. Easy Breezy's got 38 points. And an important part of every team's game. We'll look at the hustle stats for Orlando.
When you pile up the blocks earlier in games, it really can affect the other team. They lose confidence offensively.
And I also have to call out how they've outworked their opponent, doing a great job of crashing the offensive glass and just creating those second chance points.
Lets the 3 fly, and again it's Orlando with the 3.
He just didn't like what he saw inside, so he takes the open transition 3. But if he'd missed, Coach might have had some words for him.
Now here's Melton. He's coming off a 13-point game against San Antonio. And there's the call on Easy Breezy. That's his first foul. So it's Orlando going to the break, holding an enormous 36-point lead. Their defense has been active and effective. And we've got more on 2K Sports coming your way after this break. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, Easy Breezy has been exceptional here, guys.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter. Sliced right through them.
And when you rip through the D like he did in that first half, you gotta stay aggressive. Keep getting to the rim.
Starting off the second half, here's Jordy Fernandez's 5. We've got Sharp, DeAnthony Melton out there with Russell. Then there's Cam Thomas. And it's Clowney in at the 4 spot.
Yeah, with very little pressure on their perimeter shooters. 3 of the last 5 baskets they've allowed have been from beyond.
You know, the hopes of a super team in Brooklyn did not come to fruition at all, Richard. And you saw it firsthand.
Thank you for reminding me of that, Kevin. Yes, I had a front row view to it. And look, from a fan's perspective, it's a tough take. The team brings in some of the biggest stars this league has ever seen. You are thinking championship, and you never got close.
Now Melton, after the missed 3 from Easy Breezy. Pass to Russell. Outside Thomas. Shoots over Wagner. Second chance shot, Sharp, and he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Number 99.
The Nets shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game.
Shooting for Brooklyn.
And he makes the first. Since moving back to Brooklyn in 2012, the Nets, Greg, have won just 2 playoff series.
Just think about the all-stars they've had. KG, Pierce, Durant, Kyrie, Harden. I could name more. The Nets just haven't been able to put it together.
He found his groove right away and hasn't let up. It's not surprising that he's leading the way on offense.
Pass to Melton. And the whistle blows. It's going to be on Jalen Suggs. That's foul number 2 for him. And Orlando making a change here. Isaac's checked in. Over a minute and a half into the third quarter of action. Nobody near Melton. And again, no good by Brooklyn.
Yeah, they've shown effort and aggression in the paint, really right from the tip. Their rebounding edge right now, massive.
Now, here's Wagner. And looking at his production, he averages a little more than 7 points a game. Lock at 6. And again for 3. Buries his 10th triple of the game.
Unbelievable.
Outside, Russell kicks to Thomas. Double team on Thomas. Pass to Clowney. Over Banchero. And Clowney can't get it to go.
Out of halftime, not the way you want to execute, just 1 of 5 from the field.
And finished off by Banchero.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Hey, Kevin, last season the Magic extended Coach Jamal Mosley's contract through 2028. He said, it's not about me. I just want each one of these guys to reach their full potential. This game has been good to all of us. I want to be part of maximizing how great they can be on and off the court. Kevin?
All right, David, thank you. Easy breezy, that's good.
And perimeter scoring, I have to imagine it was a topic of discussion at halftime.
And you see this so much more nowadays in the NBA. Teams putting a larger emphasis on jacking up threes.
Melton's shot is good.
Man, that's sure got to be a load off his mind after not hitting a single three-pointer in that first half.
Here's easy breezy, and got it! Another basket.
And he's been dominant here thus far.
Shouldering the offense, GA really taking it to the opposition. Here's Melton, and it's sent back by Isaac.
And that long wingspan of Isaac aids him there in turning away shots, but it's also the timing he displays when he attacks the shooter.
Hands it from downtown. And now we'll get a perspective here on how the hustle game has been going for the Magic.
All you have to do is look at one stat, and that is their block numbers. It tells you how tight their D has been. They've been going out of their way to smother the defense.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
Some people could say he's struggling on offense this period. I like to think of more of drowning.
Connects again from distance.
His shooting has been something that we rarely see, and he's sustained it all year long.
Well, it's been an incredible journey for him as he moves closer and closer to second on the all-time three-point leaderboard. Williams, he's checked in for D'Anthony Melton.
Third team foul. Coming onto the floor for the Nets, Zaire Williams.
Williams passes to Russell. A good finish at the rack off the slick feet. Russell's got 12.
An active competitor, Russell won't go down without a fight, especially around the rim.
Here's easy breezy. Off the mark there with the three-point shot. And here's Williams now. He'll bring it up for Brooklyn. A minute 42 left in the third. Outside, Russell. There's the drive. And then Sharp with the dunk.
Good work in the pick and roll. I like it when Russell looks to distribute in these sets.
Here's easy breezy. He's guarded by Russell. Drains it from beyond the arc.
That's a dozen straight points coming off the trip.
The pass to Sharp. Here's Clowney. Russell from long range. That one doesn't drop. Passes to easy breezy. For the three. Hits it from three-point range.
Out of their last 5 makes, how about all 5 from long range?
Outside, Russell. Rebounded by Isaac. Isaac's got his 4th rebound with that last one here tonight. Easy breezy. They grab their own miss. And Isaac throws it down.
How about Isaac? He just attacks the backboard, especially on the offensive glass, putting that height to good use.
Knocked away. And he makes it look easy, dunking it hard with one hand.
That's a double whammy, guys.
That's right. A great defensive play, then the emphatic stuff.
Once he poked it away, you knew what was on his mind.
And there's the call on Easy Breezy. That will get... It's checked in for Orlando. Easy Breezy comes in for Cole Anthony. And the Nets making a change here as well. Brownie's checked in. A post pairing, Isaac and Carter Jr. Easy Breezy out there with Black. And it's Caldwell Pope in at the 3 spot. That's his out there for Orlando.
These are exactly the kind of shots they want to generate each and every time down the floor.
Here's Easy Breezy. Another bucket. Wow.
What a game. That's 72 points.
He's been simply, Greg, sensational throughout this one. Pass to Claxton. About 3 seconds between shot and game clock.
Brooklyn foul. Keon Johnson. 4th personal foul. 5th.
He's off on the first.
In the 7th pick of the 2018 draft, Carter Jr.'s potential is enticing. A bruising big man with a bright future ahead of him.
Sharp on the wing. Back to Martin. On the wing, Johnson fires from deep. That shot off the mark. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. And the outcome of this one was never in doubt.
And boy, they really put in a supreme effort. It just felt like once they had that lead and it was comfortable, they were not going to relinquish.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. Alongside Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony and our reporter David Alden and the entire 2K Sports crew. This is Kevin Harlan saying so long. We'll see.